Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Lock Shop, brought to you by Play Alberta. If you've not yet downloaded the app over at Play Alberta, make sure you do. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta is your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, and it's all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. You can use that code. Our first round of codes expire here coming up at the end of May. Then we'll get new codes for June. If you've not yet used that casino code, you might as well. Deposit $20, use the code 100casino, and you'll get a $100 casino bonus. I did dabble on the blackjack, lightning blackjack, I think it was called, a little bit myself a couple of nights ago. Just a little bit, but it was still fun. I know they've got roulette on there as well. I might dabble in that at some point. I do like that game. All right, I just sent Dusty's play of the day over to the folks at Play Alberta, so that'll be popping up in the EST specials page here shortly. I decided to go with the Stankoven point tonight. He's got 3 points in the last two games. Seems like he's a gamer in these situations, and get him at plus 138. And that's, plus 138. So that should be popping up on the EST specials page. And then my play of the day, or actually, it should have been the early bird bet. I messed that one up when I sent it over today. Just a sec. Let me fire a quick message to the guys. There we go. They'll fix that up for us. The early bird bet this morning was the OKC Thunder on the money line and Canes Panthers under 6.5. I moved it up, and it's minus 110. Pretty safe play. Just minus 110, but Thunder at home tonight to wrap this thing up, and then the Hurricanes and Panthers under the 6.5, and then the Stankoven point will be popping up there as well. We'll put something together golf-wise from the Lock Shop today. If you've not yet used those codes, though, YAG50 on a $5 deposit, get a $50 free bet. Somebody hit a Corey Perry goal with their $50 free bet last night, paid like $200, so he was happy about that. And then 100 Sports, use the code 100 Sports on a minimum $20 deposit, and you will get a $100 free bet, and we will have new bonus codes for you starting next week, which is also exciting. Big Uke says, Dusty, are you going to take some lessons from Jay on the plays of the day? Well, Jay, he hit yesterday, and the huge assist. Now, that being said, my play of the day hit yesterday too. Was McDavid 2 points, but Jay hit on the Hurricanes money line. Jay hasn't sent his over yet today. And he hit the Hurricanes the day before. So Jay's on a bit of a heater, and Jay's a guy who had hop in when Huss couldn't make it. So you might see a little bit of the glue guy popping up on the Lock Shop, brought to you by Play Alberta. We got golf picks. It's the Memorial. We'll get to some golf picks today, some changes to the FedEx Cup Championship, the championship at the end of the year as well. NBA hoops. Pacers looking pretty good right now. And then obviously OKC with a chance to finish it tonight. We'll get to the Hurricanes and Panthers tonight as well with some possible best bets from that game. But right now, let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. Edmonton Oilers have the Dallas Stars on the brink of elimination. Huss, what say you this morning?
Well, congratulations to all the nasties. I mean, that must have been a fun show this morning. Although, when did you find out about Zach Hyman's status? Was that like...
Well, you know what was funny, actually, Huss? You've worked in the business for a long time. We did have somebody text in this morning before any of the news broke that says, hey, guys, I'm just passing along some information. My brother's friend's dad is operating on Zach Hyman's wrist this morning. And we were like, well, if the news breaks, you heard it here first from a nasty who's going through his brother's friend's dad. But yeah, his brother's friend's dad was doing the surgery this morning. So we kind of had an inkling during our show. And then obviously the news broke shortly after the show, right when the hangout started. So tough. I mean, they will significantly miss Zach Hyman. It would certainly ease the pain a little bit if they can get Connor Brown back for a Stanley Cup final, assuming they finish off the Dallas Stars. But that was a tough one last night. I mean, kind of sort of a glancing blow, and obviously his wrists might have got done in like that, or I don't know, but unfortunate break considering how physical Hyman's been playing.
Oh my God, that just sucks for Edmonton. I mean, he has been, listen, in a lot of ways, and listen, Zach is one of those players that he really can do it all. I mean, he can score 50 playing with McDavid, but he can also help you win when he's not with those big guys in many different ways. And man, he's been good this playoffs and has really, I mean, I know everyone's been talking about the ridiculous hit totals that he's been putting up.
Yeah. He had 2 in 3 minutes last night. He already had 2.
I guess it's a big loss. Now, can the Oilers still win? Absolutely. I mean, it's next man up in the playoffs. Nobody gets through the Stanley Cup without having an injury or two. But just with the way that he's been playing and how important he's been to Edmonton really, really sucks. And of course, it was Marchment that got him, wasn't it?
It was Marchment, yeah.
I mean, that guy, you can tell I'm still not.
He doesn't get benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one of those guys.
Hey, he should not have been playing in this game to begin with. The fact that he did not get a 10-game suspension for abuse of an official in the Winnipeg series was an absolute joke. And it just sort of got pushed under the rug because the referee, I don't know whether he thought that he had made a bad call or whatever. It wasn't that bad. But, I mean, the exact same thing that Marchment did to the official has cost multiple NHL players minimum 10 games. But, I mean, he's a bit of a cheap shot artist. And listen, Dallas is rattled right now. And when Dallas loses, they decide, okay, well, we might lose, but we're going to go down and get a piece of you on the way. I mean, we saw with Jamie Benn just sucker punching Mark Scheifele at the end of Game 5 in the Winnipeg series for absolutely nothing. And then, I mean, the puck was nowhere near it. He just went and tried to take a piece out of Hyman. I actually originally thought it might be his shoulder. But
yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was the shoulder right away. It kind of went down, but it's tough because we never really got a good look at it, eh? Like, you cannot see how much his wrist was actually bent back or folded in or how it popped. We sort of just had those two looks at it, and that was it. That I saw at least. And it sucks. It sucks, man. Hyman's the exact guy you want in the playoffs. He's proven it already this year. Now, I see Matt over on the chat says, they need somebody else to step up the hits. And I think just overall, they just have to continue to play a aggressive physical game as a group, because I don't think one guy is going to be able to just go in and do what Zach Hyman did. And now, Huss, the interesting thing is we're sitting here in this market going, now, do they have a choice, or does it have to be Jeff Skinner who finally gets back in? But I think there's an opportunity to go 11-7 here with Matthias Ekholm possibly back. So we'll see what plays out over the next couple of days.
Listen, if you're hoping for 110 hits from Jeff Skinner, I hate to tell you.
You know what? But, I would wonder if he's had 110 hits his entire career. Somebody should look that up. No, I don't mean to be but he's not physical at all ever, right? So I wonder. Somebody look up Jeff Skinner. It's got to be way more, but I'm curious. Somebody look up Jeff Skinner's career hit totals and see what he's at. I'm
here with Zulu. Elevate Kane.
Yeah.
He didn't think it was cheap either. I mean, again, like, if the puck's nowhere around it, I just thought that he made a point of going out of his way.
He did.
To clip him. And I mean, listen, if he hit him in a more dangerous spot, there would have been more to it. But I mean, that stuff does happen. Oh,
you know who was the biggest goon in last night's game, Huss? It was Evan Bouchard with the slash on Rupe Hintz's sore foot. Did you see that? That was, I couldn't help but laugh. I just started laughing. I was like, Bouchard's the guy? I love it. Bouchard's that guy now.
Yeah. I mean, I will say you would not be, if the roles were reversed and that was, say, Connor McDavid, there would be torches outside the Dallas Stars hotel in Edmonton. I mean, I don't really like a lot of those listen, that's just a straight up cheap shot to a guy that's already been injured. But it happens in the playoffs. I mean, I'm certainly not going to get too get too upset out of it. Jeff Skinner's in the chat.
I see Jeff Skinner.
Am I averaging a point? Not only am I a point per game player this playoffs, I'm also averaging 5 hits per game.
Did Skinner have 5 hits in his first game?
He was trying to make it up, like, and
make that impression. Maybe he can. Big, you got the number on it for us. 494 career hits for Skinner. He's been playing for about 14 years. 70 in his first season, and then never more than 47 after that. So, I mean, Zach Hyman had more hits in 2.5 playoff rounds than Skinner had ever in a season. They're completely different guys. And I still don't think it'll be Skinner. I think they'll probably try to go 11-7 if Ekholm can continue to push them enough to allow him to play. So we'll see. Oh, look, whoever's running these other accounts, Skinner's there, and then Ekholm's beard chimes in and says, "I'll be in before you, Jeff. Sorry." So,
hey, if I'm Knobloch, I think I go 11-7. It's almost a perfect opportunity if Ekholm can go in, exactly to do what DeBoer did in the Winnipeg series when they were bringing Heiskanen in. You know, you bring him in. You don't need to ride him for the 20-plus minutes if he's not able to do it. There's plenty of guys in the Oiler lineup that I think would be more than willing on moving up, taking a few extra shifts. I know Zulu said elevate Kane. I'm sort of in on that. So I think there's some plenty of options that, you know, I'm so impressed with Knobloch. You know, I really wasn't sure about, I figured we'd learn a lot more about him this year as a head coach. I mean, last year was just this crazy whirlwind where he takes over a team that was basically bottomed out, and then they go on this incredible run all the way to the Cup final. That, you know, doing it with a full training camp and a full season is a lot different. And like, honestly, my biggest takeaway, Dusty, and I can't believe I'm saying this about the Edmonton Oilers, but they are locking things down in the third period as well as anyone in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
7 combined shots in the last 2 third periods of this series. They've been excellent when it's crunch time. They don't really give up anything. Plus, you've got the greatest Game 4 goaltender in the history of the National Hockey League delivering yet again. Stuart Skinner is now 6-0 in Game 4s. With a 1.26 goals against average and a .955 save percentage and 2 shutouts. And since getting the net back when Pickard got hurt, he has a 1.55 goals against average and a .941 save percentage with 3 shutouts. So Stuart Skinner, when the Oilers play as well as they do, Stuart Skinner just needs to be good-ish in between the pipes, and he has been more than that lately, which has helped them early in games and midway through games. But as Huss said, and anybody watching or listening right now, of course, you can chime in 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999 over in the chat where a bunch of you are watching. We got to get to 100 likes on the Lock Shop today, so hammer a thumbs up for your boys here. But when they're playing as well as they are, they're not giving up anything. They're giving up nothing in the third period. This has been a very difficult team to score on. And we asked Jamie McLennan this morning, you know, where are the stars? Wyatt Johnson was another minus last night. Here's the thing with Wyatt Johnson. Now, you know, there's Rantanen and Duchesne and these guys. Wyatt Johnson last night, Huss, had zeros across the board and was -1. No shots, no hits, no giveaways, no takeaways. Played 18 minutes and literally did not record a stat of any kind last night for the Dallas Stars, which it's not like the Oilers are trying to focus on shutting down Wyatt Johnson. The guy just hasn't done anything. He's a good player for the Dallas Stars. So I don't think it was an unfair question of, you know, where are the stars right now? Because they're not to be seen 5-on-5.
Well, I think there's a little bit that they're not getting it done, but there's also a lot of credit that needs to be given out to what Edmonton is doing right now. No, that was a really impressive win. I thought that, you know, it was 2-1. I thought, okay, maybe we're going to cash this OT bet. I will tell you, it's funny. By the way, I'm seeing a bunch of WSTers in the chat right now. There's Sean, Mark Amph, and then a bunch of the EST legends. We are doing a poker tourney tonight, folks. You can check my socials. You're all still welcome to come. It's under WST now instead of Lock Shop, but 7:30 Edmonton time, 8:30 Winnipeg time. Would love to see you all out there, and maybe I can continue my luck. Dusty, I got to tell you a quick story.
Okay.
So we had to do a pre-tape with Mike Taylor, the coach of the Sea Bears, just right before Lock Shop. So whatever, we finished up, and I think I've told you that Remus and I when the track is going on, like Assiniboia Downs here in Winnipeg, every day we make picks on the for the races, and we bet $20 every day. So usually we'll change it up, a couple win bets, maybe an exactor. And I always usually take a triactor on the big race at the end, because last year, after, like, we go head to head and we match, it's like a season long competition for every night of live racing. There's 50 of them. So I was about $300 behind Remus at the end of last year. It was basically over. And then on the second day, last day of live racing, I did a $1 triactor wheel, which is a $6 bet. Basically, you're picking 3 horses to finish 1, 2, 3 in any way. And it paid $1,100 on the $1 bet. It was the bit, like, by far the biggest. Yeah, it was insane. Like, it was one of the biggest tractors in the entire season at Assiniboia Downs, and I happened to be on it. And I will admit, I don't know whether I put in the wrong horse or made a mistake. I'm not sure. Anyways, it won. So last night, Remus is like, "Hey, did you check your picks from last night?" I'm like, no, I didn't. But, I did see that I did have a weird triactor for that last one. I did see it. And I think he was recording it because we just done this pre-tape. So all of a sudden I pull up the account and I'm going, "Oh, wait a second. I did win," because my account is, that great feeling when you load up your account and wait a second, why is it so much more?
What happened here?
I hit back-to-back triactors, like 2 bets on race 6 and race 7.
What?
The first one
at
was
the same night? You hit 2 triactors back-to-back?
Yeah, I made 2 triactor bets.
Oh.
One was a little more chalky. I mean, it still paid $65, but the other one paid $292. So Remus is like, "Great, we're 4 days into the racing season and the competition is over." I'm like, "It's not over. You can get one of these too. You just got to take a little bit of a swing." But there's nothing better than when you take a couple that are relatively good favorites and then a longer shot, and the long shot wins, because that cranks up that number in a big way. So it'll be fun. We'll be playing some poker tonight and watching the races on YouTube from the thing. You guys have a track out in Edmonton, don't you?
Yeah, it's just south of the city. Yeah, down towards the airport. There used to be one like right in town, but now it's down south of the city. I haven't been to the races. I haven't been to that one. I used to go to the one in town a little bit more, but I haven't been to the new track down by the airport yet. But I do enjoy it. I do like going to the points. We used to have some staff events at the horse races back in the day, which
we usually do. The one here has a really nice dining room. They've got this amazing prime rib buffet. So we'll usually do a contest where we'll bring some listeners and join us down there for a night. But I think we'll do a big one for WSTers this week as well. I mean, the summer's short. That's why doing things like the baseball game and the track is
got to get them in, man.
Get people together and make it happen. We have had the most gorgeous start to summer here, with the exception of 3 brutal days, which not surprisingly was May long weekend.
Yeah,
this has been one of the greatest Mays.
It's gonna be like 31 tomorrow here.
31, yeah. I think we're getting to 34 on Sunday, but it's just sunny, and 27, 28, 30, 31, 32. But again, you know what? You guys don't even have to worry about the weather right now, because your hockey team is playing to go to the Cup. Like, honestly, it could snow right now and everyone would just whatever. We're good.
What about Dallas at home in Game 5? Us like they've been pushing a little bit. Like, they've been close. Do you think the home ice in Game 5 makes enough of a difference to extend this to 6, or are Eric and I putting on the suit jackets and top hats for a gentleman's sweep show on Friday?
Well, to be honest, I did take series exact score, Oilers 4-2.
Okay.
So I guess I am sort of financially incentivized to say, yeah, let's get this one back to Edmonton and win it on home ice, which I think certainly is possible. I'm interested to see what we get from Dallas, because, to be honest, at the end of that game, you look at the frustration of them, the inability to score on the brick wall that is human Stuart Skinner. I do wonder. I mean, like, listen, their top guys just aren't getting it done right now. Like, last night's game was a lot tighter. I mean, I think they'll be in there, but as long as the Oilers are playing at the level they are, especially defensively, and Stuart Skinner's feeling it like he is, it's pretty hard to bet on the Dallas Stars, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that DeBoer will have them definitely ready to go, and they'll be up for the challenge. I guess they're a slight favorite, not a massive favorite for that game. It's a little different than Florida, who's actually going into Carolina as a slight favorite on the money line. Dallas is really good. They've had a good season. I mean, I expect them to lay it all out there and be their best. What I hope doesn't happen, though, for your guys' sake, is that the Oilers don't have some great first period. They're up 3-0, and then the Stars just go full Stars and end up just trying to take guys out in the final period, just out of frustration. Because that's a team that is, they don't lose well. I mean, they, as they say, if they're going to lose, they're going to try and take somebody out. They're going to do some BS on one of your players. Hyman obviously is already out for the playoffs, which is really, really brutal. But I think that if I didn't have my Oilers in 6 future, I'd probably be ponying up saying, hey, although maybe I do that because you can get the Oilers at plus money. And if you win it, you win it. And if not, you've got the opportunity to get the, I think it was like plus 450 or plus 440 or something like that. It was the most likely of all of the scenarios. So it was the chalk, but it was still over 4-1 for the first period.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. It is the Lock Shop, brought to you by Play Alberta. We'll get to a few more of these as we work our way through the show. We'll get to a few more of those texts. What about tonight, Huss? Well, we got golf picks that we're going to get to. I want to talk about the NBA a little bit. What do you think from Carolina and Florida tonight? You think Carolina going home here can play a tight enough game to score first and maybe hang on again?
No, I don't actually. I think Florida gets this done tonight.
There's just some sort of hesitation to me. I don't know. I mean, I've been very gung-ho and anti-Carolina here for a while. Mind you, I guess that was my thought process this morning. Florida's getting Reinhart back and Mikkola back tonight, right? And AJ Greer. Did they not say all three of those guys are going to play tonight? Yeah.
Let me check here.
I'm pretty sure I saw that come down somewhere. Let's see. Did I like it? Did I retweet it? Who sent that out? Somebody will confirm. Yeah, here we are. Daily Faceoff. Paul Maurice announced this morning all three players who missed the last game are expected to return for Game 5. So Reinhart, Mikkola, and AJ Greer are going to be back. So the Panthers are a full go tonight. So yeah, maybe that is the final blow for the Carolina Hurricanes.
You know, the number is, I mean, listen, they are a slight favorite, and you recall they were actually the underdog in games 1 and 2 in that series. But listen, this is a veteran team. Maurice wasn't particularly pleased with the way that they played. They did some things that, when we're not at our best, really show up, and that's what had happened. You're getting these guys back, and they know damn well, like, they're on even terms with the Oilers now. I mean, it's 3-1, 3-1 in both series.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't win this game, there's the potential that they could be going back to play Game 6, and it's Edmonton that's already resting for the Cup final. So I think that we'll see, and I've talked about this, before on this program, especially with the Oilers, about the ability to end series and that killer instinct. And we saw the way they hung in and grounded out that Game 5 against Vegas. Florida has that, and I think they got away from that a little bit, albeit with some guys out of the lineup in game number 4. So based on everything that we've seen, I still think that the Florida Panthers are a step above Carolina when it comes to playoff hockey, and there's a real incentive to get this thing done tonight. So I think I will be on the Panthers money line.
What I did on the early bird bet from the Nielsen show this morning, I moved the total from 5.5 up to 6.5, took the under, and then parlayed it with the OKC Thunder to win tonight too. That's super chalky, the Thunder win, but gets it to -110 if you want to roll with us over there. It's on the EST specials page at Play Alberta. Yeah, I mean, the Panthers, I was, when they when we got the news about Hyman being out, that was this morning. We were like, you know what? If the Panthers aren't going to have some of their guys for the Cup final, it kind of evens a playing field out a little bit. But them running back all those guys tonight is not going to be good for whoever they face in the Stanley Cup final.
The Canes, I'm sure they'd love to win this game and give them a chance to maybe get it back there for Game 7. But not lose on home ice, considering the way games 1 and 2 went of this series and, their hopes that they had coming in. But in almost every aspect, when it comes down to this playoffs, I think I give Florida the advantage. You're right. If they do get up early, that is the one way I think we could see
If they can somehow score early or somehow get a 2-0 lead, they'll try to just go through the motions to get out of there like that, right?
Well, and Freddie had the shutout last time. He's feeling it. So, there is. Brendan Mans did mention Florida did lose to the Leafs in Game 6 at home. That is true. And that's why I think they try and void that entirely in Game 5 on the road.
Put the hammer down tonight, take the rest of the week and the weekend off, right?
Do you know at all about the schedule for the Cup final? Like if Edmonton and Florida won these next 2 games.
Well,
do we know what the earliest date it could start?
Wyshynski said today, and he said, don't quote me on it. He said, but he had heard from some people that if both of these series end in 5, the Cup final might start Monday. So,
okay.
Now the latest it could probably start would be, I think Maddie ran the back date on like what the final date of the Stanley Cup final could be. And the latest they would start it would be next Saturday, June 7th. And last year, I think they waited 6 days between series to fire up the Cup final. So, if Florida finishes tonight and Edmonton finishes tomorrow night, that would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You could go a Monday, but then you go Monday, Wednesday here, and you wouldn't have a playoff game on a Saturday unless they go 2 days between.
Well, I think they'll go 2 days between. For sure.
So. Yeah,
like with the travel,
you're right.
Remember hearing everybody's travel last year?
It was a nightmare for a lot of guys.
Lauderdale?
Yeah. So, it could probably be Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I feel like one of these teams forces it to go 6. So,
listen, I would say that is likely, but
Sarah Volley, somebody in the chat says Sarah Volley said it would start June 4th if it ends in 5, which would be next Wednesday. So there's
that sounds right. Oh, and that would be great for Edmonton. That's you're probably getting Wednesday and then Friday night.
Yeah. And then if they go 2 days off, there's no Saturday or Sunday playoff games.
Should be nice. You'll get a weekend. Just get ready to fire it up for I think that's best case scenario for Oiler fans. You want that
Friday night game too?
Couple extra days for EST to be able to hype up the Cup final. You guys can't be in any hurry for this to end.
No, we'll keep taking the numbers.
We can put 2 days in between every game if we want. That's the way we felt in the that's the way we felt in the first game, the first series against St. Louis. Because we had those 2-day breaks in between.
You did have a couple 2-dayers in there, didn't you? Yeah.
It was the first series to start and the last series to end of the first round. It's very weird.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it was the first series to start. Oh, yeah. So that was stretched out nicely then for you guys.
Yeah. Well, it didn't hurt. At least they won and then got the second round out of it. But yes, we're all envious. And I would say most people around here cheering for the Oilers. Like to win the Cup.
Yeah. What do you think? Calgary, Vancouver, Toronto are probably anti-Oiler and the rest of the country is kind of pro-Oilers.
Yeah, Calgary for sure, I guess. That makes sense. Vancouver
fans hate Oilers. They just playoffs last year.
Vancouver fans, granted, they hate everything. They hate their own team.
They do. they do literally hate everything. That is true. You are right about that.
There's just a special level of negativity when it comes to the Canucks fan base that is unique. So I would not take that personally, Oiler fan, for anything from Vancouver. And Toronto, I don't know.
I think Toronto
Maybe the
would hate
Leaf fans
us.
think, McDavid needs to win the cup so he'll get it done in Edmonton, and then he can decide to leave as a free agent because his job is done. He brought Edmonton a Stanley Cup. That'll be some sort of the Leaf fan narrative going into it. The reason why it's good for the Oilers to win the cup.
If you're watching over on YouTube today, we're 55 likes away from hitting 100, and there's almost 250 watching right now. So give us that thumbs up over there. Sub to the Edmonton Sports Talk channel. We just hit 12.5K. And hop on over and give Huss and the crew at WST a sub as well. Indiana Pacers, Huss. Got it done last night. They're plus 150 dogs on the road in the next game, but they're in pretty good shape right now. They just find a way, man. The Pacers got different guys who step up. Seems like, Halliburton's a stud, Siakam's a stud, but they get contributions throughout that lineup, which is pretty impressive.
I was had a meeting last night, sort of half meeting, half just getting together with a couple of guys that we do a bunch of work with, and we were at Confusion Corner. You remember Confusion?
Yes.
So we're there, and I'm sort of like paying attention to the Oiler Stars game, but I actually had a better view of the Indiana game. So it was easy for me to kind of keep track of what the score was. And so they had a nice lead. The Knicks came back. They were up a bit. Knicks came back, down a bit, very close, and then kind of extended it. But I wasn't watching it closely to know like who was doing all the damage. Did you see Halliburton's line on his game last night? We talk about the points, rebounds, assists.
Yeah.
I think his total was like 57 or 58.
Really?
He had 32, I think 12 and 15.
32, 12, and 15.
Yeah. Like, what a monster game in the conference finals with a chance to put your team up 3-1. Guess what? Maybe there was some voting irregularities in naming the most overrated player in the NBA. Just saying.
How about Mathurin, the Canadian? 20 points in 12 minutes last night.
12 minutes?
He played 12 minutes, attempted 11 free throws. He went 10 for 11 from the line, 5 for 8 from the field for 20 points in 12 minutes, which is insane. And then Siakam dropped another 30 as well. But yeah, you don't see many 32-point, outside of the rebounds, you don't see many 32-point, 15 assist games come playoff time, man. That's a clutch performance right there with his dad in the house.
Yeah, his dad. That's right. Yeah, he had to be in a suite, though.
Yeah, he can't be anywhere near the court.
Anywhere near court side.
Can't let that psycho anywhere near the court. What about OKC tonight? They're at home at the crazy money line number. That's why I threw it into a parlay earlier. The number I'm looking at on the spread right now is 8 over PA. I think they finish it tonight. It's just a matter of if the Timberwolves can hang around for a bit. I'm not sure they can.
We talked about the killer instinct of like the Oilers and the Panthers getting it done.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the Denver series went to 7.
It did.
So, they had to lose it once at home and have it get back there. But, do you recall the whipping they put on Denver in Game 7 of the last series? That game was over at halftime. I'm really tempted to lay the points with the Thunder tonight, and just they go out, and at a certain point, Minnesota sort of had their chance. They know they're up against it. They got to win twice there. There's like an avalanche of momentum with that team in that building right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game ended up looking kind of like Game 3 did for the T-Wolves as the OKC Thunder close it out. I definitely think they win, but I'm fine with 8.5 to cover, and I think that's going to be where I'm going to be looking at tonight. OKC with the spread and Panthers to win. Closing time for both teams up 3-1.
Panthers to win.
Baseball the next few days.
OKC Thunder on the pretty soon it will be baseball time for us and CFL time. We'll get into some CFL talk Thursday and Friday this week. Let's slide on over to the Memorial here, buddy.
Yeah.
Who do you like this week? What are you looking at? Another crazy number on Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. I just got to pull this back up. By the way, if golf people, did you catch Jack Nicklaus's press conference yesterday?
I did not.
Definitely worth your time.
Okay.
To check out, just because they're asking Jack about the equipment today and the golf ball, and how do you?
Where was this, Huss? Where was the Jack? Where was it?
Well, this is at Muirfield Village, like in
Okay, so
Ohio.
Okay,
Like,
so PGA interview, like.
Yeah. I mean, if you just put in Twitter Jack Nicklaus, there's a bunch of clips of it. But he talked about just how listen, the golf ball and the equipment is just making like these players able to dominate these courses. And we're looking at, like, they can't just, as he said, there's only one Augusta that can just buy the golf course next door and make it longer because it's specifically for the pros playing at this level. But most golf courses, I mean, all it's doing, you're playing longer, which means it takes more time to do it. And he talked about rolling the golf ball back, clubs, and then it spawned some other interesting comments from other players, including Patrick Reed of all people, about making it limiting the size of the driver. Because he said the one thing that right now you can have a good ball, and they've got, like, the sweet spots on these drivers are the size of the whole head.
Yeah, I still can't find it.
And if you, exactly. For us, it's not a big deal on the pro level. Anyway, some good stuff pre-tournament out there at Jack Nicklaus.
Hey, what do you think of the FedEx the championship changes?
Yeah, so no
staggered scoring. It's just straight up top 30 play for the title through 4 days.
Now, I mean, obviously, there's going to be an advantage to being first as opposed to being 30th. I think when it comes to prize money, is that what they did?
I'm not. What do you mean in prize? Like, as far as,
well, the reason why there was the staggered starts is because guys had earned their spot in, first place should probably have an advantage.
Yeah, so they were at 10 under or whatever it was, and
So I'm not sure whether they maybe are going to give a certain amount of money to guys that just finished going into the tourney or something like that. Because again, they're playing for, was it 15 million?
It's a huge check. It's a massive check.
Something like that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, I like the Tour Championship. I mean, I love the fact that, they cut guys off, but it was always weird. I mean, we're betting the tournament with no strokes, and then it was
strange. Yeah. Just seeing if I can find a few more details on, basically what I saw. Here we are. So, this was from golf.com. PGA Tour has announced changes to Tour Championship. No starting strokes. The 72-hole winner from that event will just be crowned the FedEx Cup champion. More challenging courses will be set up to include more risk-reward moments and prize money distributed throughout the FedEx Cup playoffs instead of a $25 million prize at East Lake.
Okay,
so they're gonna dish that out more along the way. So if you win at East Lake, it's not going to be $25 million, the $25 million purse. They're gonna split it out throughout the playoffs. I like it.
Well, that's good.
I'm on board.
Mean, for you can really. I mean, I think if you get there, you should have had an opportunity to win that 72-hole tournament. Even if but I mean, you got to earn your way there and be one of the top 30. So it's always cool, like when you get to the BMW and those other tourneys, is to, seeing who's going to be there. And now everyone will have a chance to win. And, you might not be winning the 15 mil or whatever, but it'll still be a fat check, and you'll still be able to say you're the Tour champion. So I think for viewers and fans, it's definitely a great start, because it was very weird seeing guys just get onto the first tee at -10. And then a bunch of guys at even.
And like just the best guys too at the 10 under. And then you're like, oh God, how are you supposed to track
for
this
us
guy
in the lock shop, it was the most screwed up betting week
it was,
all year.
It was so tough.
It was only 30 guys to begin with. And then you have the staggered. I mean, it was really tough to put it out. So here's the question: Scotty or the field? I mean, listen,
I think I'd probably take the field this week.
I got burned. He didn't have a great second round, came back and was in a good spot, but credit to Ben Griffin, who held on.
This is a better field than last week, though, isn't it?
I would say.
When I was going in and prepping, I was like, wait, this is a way better field. And it's still that short a number on Scotty, which is which is crazy to me. Like, I don't think this week's number should be as low as last week's number was. And it's pretty darn close.
So Scotty's just so damn good. But again, we're looking at a field that includes Cantlay. Cantlay is always in the mix at this tourney, by the way. Fleetwood was nice last week. He finished T4, I believe. I like Ludwig Aberg. He will be getting a piece at 25-1. I don't mind the number on Vic at 33, to be honest with you. Vic, another guy that I believe has won this tournament before. And I guess of the guys after Schauffele, or after Scheffler, I do like Xander, although I don't know about, the number that he's at right now. And then there's JT. But I think for my outrights, I'm going to sprinkle Aberg and Vic Hovland. And then I think the play for a bet that I think you can count on. I mean, obviously outrights, you're betting a little to win a lot. If you're looking for a more reasonable bet, I like Cantlay top 10. Cantlay top 10, like he hasn't been winning, but he always seems to be in the mix. Again, we're talking about a small field here too. So I would say that Cantlay top 10 would be, and I'm seeing like in and around plus 140, sort of a nice bet to maybe a bigger one for the weekend, and then a bit of a flyer on Ludwig and Hovland. Although I will think about Scotty, even though he's less than 3-1. It's so insane. What about you? Who's?
Well, actually, I have Cantlay as one of the outrights. And my three guys. I mean, I'm looking at Cantlay. Two-time Memorial champion. I missed the cut last year, his first time in eight events here. That was the only cut he missed all of last year, and it was at an event that he'd won.
He's so consistent
previously in the past. Yeah, it's really, really rare. He's won this twice and has 2 other top 5s. He's got 3 top 10s, 6 top 20s this year already. And like you said, he's consistent. So putting together a little parlay here. I mean, Cantlay, we can go top 10 or we can go Cantlay top 20 if we just want to lay out a bunch of top 20. So 100% on board with you with Cantlay. I also think the numbers on Step Straka need to start to jump up a level. I mean, the stuff that this guy has done this year, and he's still always behind Vic and Ludwig Aberg and Tommy Fleetwood and Patrick Cantlay. All he's done so far this year is win twice. He's got 10 top 15s. He leads the tour in greens hit and slots second right now in proximity. And at this event, in the last 2 years, he's T16 and T5. So we're still, Sepp Straka still is kind of like the top tier 3 guy. And I feel like he should be starting to be grouped in. It's great to get him at the numbers we can get him at, but I think from a respect level with the way he's played so far this year, he should probably be up with that sort of tier 2 group of guys. So I like Sepp Straka again. And then, a little bit further down the board, Sam Burns is starting to play much better than he had over the last couple of years. He's got 3 top 20s in his last 4 starts. And his last 2 trips at the Memorial were also top 20s as well. And he actually leads the tour in strokes gained putting, which I think goes a long way for Sam Burns. So I like Sam Burns a little bit further down the board. I'm seeing at 50. But I like Sepp Straka and I like Cantlay. The Oberg pick I would like for a top 20 parlay as well. As we could go something like Cantlay, Straka, and Oberg top 20s.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to get Straka in there, Sepp. The reason why Sepp is not a shorter number is more because of the competition in this tournament, with it being an elevated event. Like if you look at, the guys, you've got that group of Cantlay and Fleetwood and Oberg, and then, that next group, Connors, Vic, Lowry, Hideki, that, in your 30s.
But he's already, I think he's won a signature event this year already. Straka. Like he's already won one of these signatures, right?
Listen, he definitely, but listen to the guys that he's grouped with.
Yeah.
Spieth, Siwoo Kim, Tony Finau, Daniel Berger. all pretty good. I think you can make
They're
the
all pretty
argument-
good, but Straka's had a way better season than all those guys.
Yeah, like right now, if you're talking about kind of more recency, although Berger has been really good.
Yeah, Berger's been good lately, yeah.
Woo. But I hear you. But I think that just is a better time to bet this. Like your point is well taken.
Yeah.
Like, are they sort of slow to adjust Sepp Straka? A lot of other guys, they seem to adjust them down immediately just on a glimpse of playing well. Straka's done it. He's won. He's been consistent. Where is that? But yeah, you know what? You roll the Straka. I love Vic. And
do you like Vic or Auberg? Who do you like, Vic or Auberg more?
I would say this is for top 20.
Yeah.
Let's see, their numbers probably very similar. You know what? I'll say Vic. You know, he won this tournament a couple years ago. We had a bit better of a number on it. They do love Ludwig. I like both of those guys, though, to be honest with you. I mean, I think they'll both be there. But if we want to get a little more aggressive, even what's Cantley? Cantley top 5. Again, it's less than 3-1. Like Scotty Scheffler's minus 164. Top 5.
Yeah, he's playing lights out. He's playing absolutely incredible right now. There's no denying that. He's been outstanding. I think with a better field this week, I'd rather feel better about the rest of the field than Scotty Scheff.
Hey, listen,
this time around.
It's insane. It's the ultimate compliment to Scheffler that we're even having this conversation. At
that number that we're even thinking about
normal
it.
Guys, or do we put it all on Scotty Scheffler at plus 280?
$780-218-9999. Side Hustle Cole says, Dusty, I'm just at the Leduc Mall at 780 trying to buy your hats and shirts, but you can't make any money if you're out of stock there. Yeah, I know. We're out of stock. We sold out. I mean, we'll talk with the door and try to roll back another
Demand is high.
rounds of shirts. Yeah, that's true. When we put them out next time, the price will be up. But yeah, no, we're all of our stuff sold out. So I got to talk with the door, and we'll see if maybe we do another run here before the end of the end of the playoffs. But Side Hustle Cole, thanks for bringing it up to my attention. But I saw a door yesterday. When we were at Popeyes, and he's like, "Yeah, completely sold out." Duck Dad says, "Oh, go ahead."
Oh, I was just gonna say, Mark Amph, all Xander baby, fading Scotty again, and says it is a way better field.
Yeah,
and he's got some love for Vic Holan. Oh, from Mayo, nicely done.
Also, Duck Dad says, great job in CFL 110 season premiere house. Loved every minute of it.
Thank you, Duck Dad. We saw Duck Dad in the chat there. Great to see all the WSTers bouncing in for the playoff excitement on EST, and so many of the ESTers jumping on and joining us on the show, and then on CFL 110. When I guess so, we've got how many days before CFL kickoff? It's next Thursday?
Next Thursday. Yeah, it's next Thursday.
So, well, you know what? Hopefully, Dusty, your Oilers get things taken care of. The Panthers get things taken care of. And Monday and Tuesday on the Lock Shop, CFL futures. There's a lot up there.
There's a ton. There's a lot to look at, man.
I'm of all people, like, I love talking to you about everything, but I particularly love talking to you about the CFL because of how dialed in you are on the league.
I was prepping last night for the Alouettes and the Argos. And you know what? There's always so much talk about, there's so much turnover in the CFL. I had up my depth charts from last year for these two teams and then this year. And I had to make like 3-4 changes per team. Like, maybe those two teams are exception to the rule. The Argos lost a bunch of their defensive linemen. Most of them came to Edmonton. But outside of that, man, both those teams are running back pretty similar rosters to what they had last year, which makes it really easy on a play-by-play guy. So I was actually very pleased when I was looking through that. It was, it was good.
Really fun. Next Monday, Tuesday, we'll have to take a look at Grey Cup odds, MOP odds, and this is the time to get in on MOP. Like, I was thinking last year, I mean, it was realistic that, we were talking about Brady Oliveira, who won it. Chad Kelly, but, he missed all that season, so he wasn't going to be in the mix. There was Bo Levi Mitchell. There was Milligan. And I mean, those guys, Milligan particularly was like 100-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
His number's a little bit lower.
Long shot.
But like there's that group of quarterbacks, and let's face it, it normally goes to a quarterback. But evaluating like who's worth throwing $5 on at 120-1, that is really, really fun. And then win totals, stat projections, over-unders, those will all be there. I know we're going to get into that on CFL 110 on Tuesday with that next show. And then I'm actually traveling Wednesday. And then I don't know whether I'm going to be at the golf. I guess, is the glue guy, our glue guy on the lock shop when one of us is away now?
Yeah, glue guy would slide in now, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, there'll be a time when you're traveling and the glue guy is you in this spot.
Oh, geez Louise.
I've been on Reed Wilkins' show a couple times with the guys. Always love chopping it up. Apparently, he's hot with his plays of the day.
Yeah, he's got 4 in a row right now. So yeah, it's pretty. It's going pretty well. What's coming up on WST today, Huss? We'll let you slide out here.
Well, we've got what do we have today? Lots on the Bombers actually. And final practice of training camp today. So Eddie Tate's going to join us from the stadium. We'll break all that down. We'll have a hockey conversation, Jets and off-season, and of course the playoffs with Murat Atesh, the head coach of the Sea Bears. Mike Taylor is going to come by. They've got a game tonight. Patty will be popping by. Remo and I will be doing our picks for tonight, and then we get ready for the poker tourney tonight. 8:30 Winnipeg time, 7:30 in Edmonton. All are invited. Just got to search WST. It's set up a little different. I'll have all the information on the socials. But would love to see some of you ESTers join us tonight. It should be a lot of fun.
Good stuff, buddy. Have fun, and we'll chat tomorrow.
Nasties, enjoy this win. One more, and then we're talking about a championship.
There you go. That is Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. One more, and then we're talking about a championship. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? Let's take a look at what we got up on our specials page there was a ton of CFL player props up already over at Play Alberta. Like I'm looking at Vernon Adams, Zach Collaros, Austin Mack, DeMonte Coxey, Keon Hatcher, Curly Gittins Jr., Nick Dembski, Reggie Begelton, Emilus, Bridges, Lewis, Hardy, McInnes, Pimpleton, Keyshawn Johnson, Bo Levi Mitchell, Drew Brown, Tim White, James Butler, Justin Rankin, AJ Olette. There's a ton. There's a ton of stuff up over there. Just go click on football and then click on CFL and you'll see it there. While you're there, click on our EST specials. I have sent the partner parlay over on the golf. It'll be Cantlay, Hovland, and Straka, all the finished top 20. And they've been giving us some pretty good numbers on these golf parlays over there as well. And then the early bird bet today, Thunder to win, and Hurricanes Panthers under 6.5 is -110. And a Stankoven point tonight, Dusty's play of the day, is +138. Jay's red hot. He's hit 4 in a row. Can't wait to see what he's going with to try to run this streak to 5 today. So Jay's play of the day will be on the Reed Wilkins show a little bit later on. And the DGen Den's grandest of parlays still to come as well. We've got the oil stream. Hear what Knobloch had to say about Hyman coming up right off the top of the oil stream. If you are on YouTube today, turn on autoplay. That'll take you right on over to the oil stream when it begins. Smash the thumbs up for us before you take off on the lock shop today as well. But myself, Gazzola, oil stream locked and loaded as the Edmonton Oilers 1 win away from going back to a Stanley Cup final, but they'll have to do that without Zach Hyman. Thank you very much for being here today. Best of luck tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.